Yeah, GG. What do you know, first time past solo 1v for some reason. Well, I did that for absolutely no reason. Didn't improve my one-handing at all. Whatever, do you want proof? Do you want proof of the FC? Well, here you go. Yeah, I didn't do it in practice mode. Whatever, I'm guessing some people did it one-handed normally, but... Don't know what I'm doing now, but you know. Screw it, let's go through the songs in the game. Again, sucks and is easy. Aqualung is badass, but it's also easy. Backcountry is one of the only songs that doesn't suffer from Warriors of Rock's same note strum after a hammer-on in that zigzaggy double strum solo. Being Caught Stealing has some broken hammer-ons, but it's not that bad. Black Rain is pretty repetitive, those triplets are not hard at all, in fact the song's pretty basic. Black Widow of Laporte is hard to be consistent at Red Hourglass 2B, and it's overall a very difficult song. Bleed It Out is sight read material, I guess some couple of hammer-on chords. Bloodlines has some gallop strumming, which is, you know, lol, but I find if you do them extremely quickly they work most of the time. Bodies has some fast chord hammer-ons, but if you pay attention to when the strumming ends, it's not that bad. Bohemian Rhapsody, I don't like this song, kill me if you want, but yeah, it's not hard. Burn is decent to play, a lot of trills. The Slider solo is pretty difficult, Sodom solo is fairly difficult as well. Deserving of tier 8. Burn for You, probably tier 5. Pretty fun. Call Me the Breeze has a lot of crap in it. Yeah, this is one where you just need to pay attention. Calling, a bit of the way it ends for you with a bit more movement. But it's not too bad other than Flamenco Calling, which is annoying. Chemical Warfare has... well, the strumming actually isn't that bad. And Solo 1, if you learn a method, is muscle memory. And Solo 2 does click everybody, so just play it a couple times. It's still, obviously, you know, in the 90s. Cherry Bomb's a terrible song and has broken hammer-ons. Children Degrade is decent to play. Oh what, it's 4 minutes 37, I always thought it was over 5 minutes. Well, I'm an idiot. But yeah, fun song, nothing too notable. Same with this, pretty much exactly the same. Dance Dance, pish, really. I mean, I guess there's some chords. Dancing Through Sunday, not too bad to play. It was, of course, you know, difficult FC back in the day. Of course, it's all one-handable. Deadfall, obviously not deserving of tier 9. Just strum when you need to strum. Don't overstrum either. It's not as bad as it looks. Fascination Street, pretty long. It's actually not the worst song to play in the world though. Feel Good Drag, tier 6? I don't think so. Yeah, it's sight read material. Feels like the third time. I actually like playing this song. I don't really know why, but I do. Especially the ending. The ending's flipping awesome to play. Anyone who says it isn't is lying. Obviously in triplets. Fortunate Son, sight read material, nothing notable. Free Ride, I remember this from On Tour Decades where it was literally impossible. Well, not literally, but you know, flipping pain. I don't know the lyrics. I don't know how people know lyrics to these guitar songs. Yeah, in the 90s. Solo I, you know, it's not the hardest thing in the song, fight me. But, yeah, a bunch of hard stuff. It's all just stringing it together. There's nothing actually too hard in it, believe it or not. Get Free. Dead Short song, nothing difficult in it. Ghost, probably another tier 5. Shouldn't be tier 6. I think there might be... oh wait, no. There's a really killer chord transition in the verse, which sucks. Graduate, definitely not tier 6, what a flipping joke. Obviously the sustain's lol. But, yep, doable. Hard to see, yet again, should probably be tier 5. Pretty fun, nothing hard in it though. Holy Wars, what a not fun song. I don't actually like playing this song, but apparently everyone else does. Yep, some strums in the middle of hammer-ons which suck in the solo, and then apparently the chords are annoying. Easy, sighted FC material. Again, sighted FC material. Yep, nothing very difficult in this song. Cool 7 4-verse though, I think it is. Yep, it's not that hard. If you want peace, it's cool. I really love playing this song. I find this one-handing the synth solo is the best way to do it, and then the bit at the end of the solo is sort of fluky, but a lot of sliding will help it. This one, a lot of strumming and some bizarre, well not bizarre, but you know, typical before I forget chord changes. It's not that bad though. Just stay focused throughout the song. Interstate Love Songs, simple, tier 4, not tier 5. It's only the parsec. Oh yes, what an awesome song. Yep, great drum chart, but the guitar should not be tier 7, should be tier 6. Not that fun to play. I guess the solo is fairly fun to play. I think there's chords in the chorus. I think there's the green, blue, red, orange chord transitions, weird thingies. Last of all, not the worst song to play in the world, but then again, nothing notable. I think there's some strummed chimneys at the end. Listen to Our Heart, nothing difficult. Sight read material again. Just some gallops, I think. There's some Religion, pretty boring to play, but there is some blue, yellow, red, green slides in there. Love Gun is boring, other than the one double strum of the red, yellow, blue chord, which for some reason I love, I don't know why. It's boring apart from that until you get to the solo, which is decent. Lunatic Fringe, it's kind of epic sounding in parts. Machine Head, not very fun to play, not very difficult either. One Day Cowboy, awesome song to play. And I guess chokeable because of this strumming and the trills. Yeah, pretty long solo at the end, I think. Intro is decent to play. Yeah, it shouldn't be tier 5, nothing notable. I guess there's some gallops. Expert Plus is a blast to play once you actually can read it. But on guitar, it's just a flipping stick focused song. Nemesis, yeah, I mean, just spam solo 1, and it's not hard. Yeah, again, pretty simple song. And again, not very difficult. Outsider, back in the day, this was an absolute pain because of the red, blue, well before I forget, red, blue, yellow, orange, red, blue chord change, which is really fast. And I could hit it all the time now, but you have two options. You can either slide it or you can, you know, go from 1-3 to 2-4 or 1-3, which is a bit difficult to do, I don't know. I can't really remember what I would do, but it's doable. Yeah, just like Paranoid on GH3, it's just the solo, except there's some other fillers in the middle, which aren't really hard, but solo's a bit harder than GH3. Yeah, this one's boring for the most part, especially on this, but yeah, I kind of want to do a note shuffle FC of that. Psychosocial, very fun solo, and then a double to the end, pretty fun as well. But overall, it's not very difficult if you're a fairly competent guitar player. Ravenous. Chimneys, yeah. You can either do them or you can't. And then, for some reason, oh yeah, and there's the double strumming solo 1, which I find harder than Insatiable Solo 2. Then apparently Callum finds the strumming after it's hard. Lol. Reignition is a song. Some fun parts to it. It's actually a pretty decent song to play. It's not very difficult though. Renegade, also a blast to play, but of course the 50-second wait before you play is a bit annoying. Rockin' in a Free World, not fun, and not particularly challenging either. Never really liked playing that one. Save is 4 minutes? the hell? I thought it was 3 minutes. Oh crap, no wonder I don't like playing it. It's definitely not tier 6. Just chords. Scumbag Blues is a pretty fun song to play. I don't know if I'd call it a blast, but it's fun. Should do a note shuffle of that one as well. Oh, actually no, I shouldn't because the chords, never mind. RIP. Self-Esteem isn't that fun to play, it's just chords again. Setting Fire to Sleeping Giants is obviously pretty much sight reading material besides verse 3B, which is pretty fun, but probably annoying on FCs. Seven Nation Army is, yeah, it's not strictly a filler song, but on all the instruments it's a filler song, if you get what I mean. Sharpdressed Man, it's tier 6, and it's tier 4 on drums, good one. They should be switched, but yeah, it's actually pretty fun to play. A couple of chord changes in there. Slow Hands, a lot of strumming and chords. Not the hardest song in the world, but fairly decent challenge for casual players. Speeding, yeah, a lot of slider nonsense, which is kind of glitchy. It's a very taxing song, but it shouldn't be overestimated. Stray Cat Blues, it's actually flipping fun to play. You wouldn't think it, but it is. It's nothing hard in it. Sudden Death, glitchy. Solar Bee's annoying as well. Deserving of tier 10 just because of the fact that it's a pain. Artificial difficulty, really. Suffocated. Sorry, but it's overrated. But you know, it's pretty fun. Solo's pretty fun. It's all one-handable though. Theme for Spider-Man is not bad to play. Solo chords in it. Not the easiest thing in the world, but you know. There's No Secrets This Year. I remember this song from Dirt 2. But yeah. A lot of chord strumming, which is why people always play it on note shuffle. I will. This Derby Fight. Lol, one-handable. Look at this guy. Thinks he's good at the game. No, it's actually a fun song once you get to grips with the verse. And I don't know if I'd say it's tier 10. I guess consistently difficult wise, yeah, tier 10, but none of the parts are especially difficult. Tick Tick Boom has 2 notable parts, the grace notes, which are one-handable. I couldn't one-hand them back in the day. And then there's the strumming, which isn't as bad as it looks because I think it all changes on downstrums. Ties That Bind. Rikus 18 notes per second strumming for a long time. But if you just train your strumming arm, it's easily doable. It's just, and then it just becomes the fret changes. Tones of Horn, Blaster Play. And of course it was like my best FC back in the day, of course. But yeah, triplet strumming. Can do it or you can't, I guess, but it's still not that bad. Then I'm just going to summarise all of 2012. Actually, no, I'm not. Screw it. 2112. Overture is pretty fun to play. Temples of the Rings does not deserve tier 5, and it's pretty basic. Has a cool ending though. Discovery, like the song. Obviously, I like all of 2012. But yeah, good inclusion of the GHWoR chords in there. Not very difficult though. The intro is something very unique. Solo and presentation, it's very fun. Oracle the Dream obviously does not deserve tier 5, deserves tier 3 max. And it's probably the worst song to play out of all the 2112s. Soliloquy has a pretty good solo. It's also good on drums, doesn't deserve tier 3 though. Deserves tier 4, so that's all above. It's not that hard though. I mean, if I can flipping do it. I say that, but I'm not the worst drummer in the world anymore like I was back in the day. But anyway, whatever, this is guitar. Tier 7, tier 7, 2112 part 7, very fun on guitar and drums, and has a decent bass outro. Oh, and it's the hardest song in the game on vocals. But yeah, it's very short, so it's not the hardest FC, especially for tier 7. On Skinny Bop is a blaster player, and yeah, just pay attention if FC's yours. Uprising, the hardest part is literally the last 3 seconds of the song, so thanks Muse, or should I say thanks Matt Bellamy, but you know, bit of arrhythmic strumming, it's not the hardest thing in the world though. Fireman's Heil, like my only performance mode FC, which was way back in 2011. I remember it has like 300 views or something. Probably a lot of those is just because it was on autoplay on my channel. GG me. But yeah, it's repetitive as industrial music is and Ramstein. Yep, some grace notes in the solo is the only notable part of this. Yeah, first song you play on Quest has a cool extended sustain slider thing at the beginning, which I sort of like. Other than that, well, the whole song is just typical punk strumfest, which is awkward, but of course, you know, doable. Still Rockin' America is obviously solo 1D, which is sort of spammable in a way, but then again, having a method probably benefits, and then that's the whole game. Don't know why the hell I did this, but you know. Props to anyone who watched this 19.5-minute video.